This is Russ. Yeah, I'm back in the car again. What's all that noise? It's the car's heater. The car's heater is kicking in. Yep, it's a fall day for sure. What's the temperature? 55 degrees out there. 9:13 in the morning. Yep. Headed to my favorite place. Gotta get something to eat. Yeah, my voice sounds funny. Why is that? Yeah, I woke up with a sore throat and everything. It's already beginning. It is already beginning. Well, I don't know what causes all this, but yeah, I've got a sore throat. I had a flu shot when I went to see the nurse practitioner last week. Yeah, they asked if I wanted to get my flu shot. I said sure. Yeah, that didn't help for this. I'm sicker now than before I went in to see them. Well, anyways, I'm looking at the dashboard of the car, and I noticed the little symbol that shows that your tires are under-inflated. Do you guys get that? Yeah. Usually around this time of year. Okay, sometimes later, but as it gets colder, right? Yeah, the little sensor will go off on your tire inflation thing. Yeah, because colder weather affects how that air pressure is in there, right? So anyway, we usually go in and get some air. We usually go to Costco because I don't know what they have, nitrogen something or other that they inject. I have no idea what it is. You let me know. Apparently it's not regular air, okay? So I'm going to put some of that in there, but I'm going to go get my pizza first, and then I'll go get the air, because I don't get my hands all dirty from, messing with the tires and everything. Let's stop here. We didn't make the light. Didn't make the left turn light. Have to stop. So yeah, that happens every year. Here's another thing that I noticed too. Anyone who has the tires that do not require hubcaps, you know what I'm talking about, right? What are they made out of? Are those aluminum tires? I have no idea what they're made out of. Okay, this guy's gonna run this light. No, he's not. Okay, he stopped. You got to make sure that these people are coming towards you. Don't run the red light. Or the yellow light, I should say, because it's turning red for me to turn. So, but anyways, yeah, if you have the type of tires that do not have hubcaps, the better grade tires, or I should say, the better grade wheels. There you go, not tires. If you have the better grade wheels, like mag wheels and whatever, those will typically lose the air. Yeah, they will. I once asked the guy at the tire center. I says, "Why is it that this is when I had my Lexus? I had two Lexuses before buying this Hyundai, and people have always wondered about that. We'll talk about that in a second." I said, "Why is it that my tires always seem to lose air all the time?" He says, "Oh, this happens all the time because of the type of tire, because of the type of wheels that you have." He says, "Those type of things tend to leak." I go, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." He says, "If you had the cheap steel tire, keep saying tire, wheels, okay, the cheap ones that require a hubcap, they don't leak." He says, "But the others do. Somehow in the sealing of it doesn't seal as well, so you're always pumping in air." I didn't know that. But nobody wants the hubcaps because that's kind of a hassle. Hubcap, and plus the hubcaps don't look as good. Well, some do, but in general, right? So you pay more for these fancier wheels, but they tend to leak. There you go. Same thing with Mrs. Wright's car. We both have wheels on our cars here, that do not require the hubcaps. But when it gets cold, her car does the same thing. The tires require you to fill up because of the air pressure inside is different in cold weather. Yeah, it's a common thing. It's a common thing. We see people at the air pump all the time at Costco filling up. It's pretty common, you know. Yeah, you got to take a look to see what pressure you require, right? You look on the door jamb on your left side, you know, the driver's door. It'll tell you how high you should be pumping in the air. So I don't know which one is down. It doesn't tell you which tire is low. It just tells you gotta put some air in, right? So I was looking at the UPS driver who's sitting next to me on my left. You know, they have their doors open all the time. So I've always wondered about that. You know, I know that it's hot in those things, but, you know, it's kind of a cold day. But they still leave their doors open when they're driving. And I keep thinking, you know, it's open on both sides. I can see right through from the passenger side. Well, they don't have a passenger door, but that's where they get in and out. And they have it open on the driver's side. So really, nothing's protecting those people. If you think about it, if they got in a crash, man, that's bad news. There's no protection. So, you know, who else does that? Postal service vehicles too, right? A lot of times their door is open. Of course, they're going real slow. They're going from house to house, but still, and they're right up against the curb most of the time. But still, I've seen them while they're just driving, you know, from getting from place to place, their doors are open. Makes me worry. I worry for their safety, really. So anyway, yeah. UPS, they've moved over to my right side now. I'm gonna pass them. Well, I can't quite pass them. You probably see them in the window. I don't know. Anyway, that's the story for UPS. Yeah, my voice sounds really bad. Yeah, and I've got to make a review soon too. I have a product that I need to review. I told the company that I would have it for them by Friday. Today's a Wednesday as I'm recording this, and my voice sounds terrible. I'm not sure what to do. Maybe I'll push it to Monday for them. I don't know. I've got to get my voice sounding better. Otherwise, otherwise this review is going to sound awful. See all the issues you have. You know, people don't think about that. It's an issue. But if you're making a video, you don't want to hear this voice. Of course, I'm making a video now. You're listening to it, but I don't think it's going to sound any better. Plus, it's kind of cold. It's cold outside. I don't know if I want to do it. Yeah, I've got to go outside to do it. So anyway, what else has been happening here? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, we went back to Mac's barbecue and hot pots. I did a video, told you guys about that already. But yeah, we had well, when I recorded that video, I wasn't in there yet, but now it's overdone with, so I can tell you. Yeah, I went in there and yeah, we had a nice long talk with. I had a nice long talk with the owner. I asked him if the video helped him. He wasn't sure what video I was talking about. I don't know whether he actually saw my video. So I gave him my card, and he goes, "Oh wait," it says, I've seen this card before." Yeah, of course you've seen it before, because I gave it to the waitress to give it to you. I don't think he actually went and looked at the video. I told him, I says, yeah, I know a lot of other influencers have been coming in, because that's what the manager told us. But I says, but I made your very first YouTube video. He goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry." He says, "I'm so sorry. I don't know. I don't think I've seen it." Yeah, you do people a favor and they don't even watch the video. No, anyway. So I said, no, I brought in a lot of people for you already. I says, I brought in a whole bunch of people on my second visit there, and then this visit, I think we had like 17 people. So I says, I've brought you a lot of people already. He says, and I'll guarantee you, with about 1,000 views, some other people have also come in too because of the video. He goes, oh, thank you so much. I says, now I feel bad. Yeah, I don't think he saw the video. So I told him, I says, all right, I gave him the card. I says, all right, look it up and then just type in Max. Look up my channel and then type in Max, and then you'll see the review. He goes, did you give us a good review? I says, of course. That's why these people are coming. Yeah. So anyway, that's the story behind that. We all had a good time. Yeah. We hung around for about 3 hours, which I knew we were going to do because we do it everywhere we go. We got kicked out once. Remember the one review place that we talked about, and I said they could do better? That one Chinese restaurant? We went there. They kicked us out of there. Yeah, can you believe that? And I actually went back in there and did the review for it. No, they kicked us out of there because we were there too long. They didn't want us to be there any longer than we were supposed to be, I guess. Max has a 2-hour policy as well. Many buffet restaurants have a time limit. But Max says unless they are packed with people, they don't enforce the policy, which is good. Yeah. I mean, because a lot of times you can't eat for 3 hours. There's no way. We all finished in a little over an hour. We just hung around and talked. Yeah, we just hung around and talked. I mean, nobody else was in the restaurant by that time because I don't know, we were hanging around till about 3:30 or something, something like that. And we were there from like 12:30. But yeah, no one's eating at 3:30. You know, they're going to be dinner hour later. So they just let us stay. Yeah, so that was good. But we hang around because, you know, we don't see each other that often, right? So we tend to hang around just to talk and catch up. That's the deal. Somebody's in my spot. What are they doing in my spot? It's my spot. Okay, I'm gonna swing around, park on the opposite side of my spot. All right. Anyways, I'm here. Appreciate you guys watching and letting me exercise my voice, even though it's all messed up. You can hear it, right? Yeah, I hear a sore throat and everything. Hopefully it gets better. All right, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll talk to you guys next time.